Welcome back to the Tropical Update. It's Monday, August 14th. I'm Tom. I'll be guiding you through the graphics. We're going to be talking about Tropical Storm Gert and where it's going and if it's going to have any impact on the mainland of the U.S. We're also going to be talking about a wave that's moved off the African coast that has a small chance in the next couple days of developing. Here's our headlines. Tropical Storm Gert now has 45-mile-an-hour winds. There's a small chance that tropical storm winds could be felt on the Outer Banks, but looking at the latest, I don't see any at all. In fact, the NWS website for the Outer Banks doesn't show any strong winds, only about 10 miles an hour. Our next graphic is where it's at. It's 485 miles west-southwest of Bermuda. It's got 45-mile-an-hour winds. Its movement is north-northwest at 9 miles an hour. The pressure is 1,009 millibars, and that comes out to 2980 inches of mercury. Again, it's pretty much in between Bermuda and the United States. Next up, the forecast track. Gert is supposed to make a turn to the north later tonight. That's basically Sunday night, Monday morning, followed by a turn to the northeast, and that's going to be late tonight, late Monday night. There's Gert, and you also see that little yellow X. That's the wave that's moved off of Africa. And that's what we're going to keep an eye on in the next 3 days. And here is with Gert, where they expect it to go. And as you can see, it stays well off the coast of the U.S. It's really just going to be a hazard to shipping. There's the computer models, and as you can see, they're pretty much saying all the same thing, that it's going to go north, and then it's going to make that turn to the northeast, probably starting Tuesday. And our next graphic up, this sort of is hard to read, but it actually shows where it's going to be approximately. And the closest it's going to get to the U.S., which is probably the Outer Banks, is going to be sometime between probably noon to 8 o'clock today, Monday. And here's that tropical storm winds. And this is a probability in percentage. So there's almost maybe 1% or 2% that they would get any wind, say on the Outer Banks. But they're not calling for any winds other than just the normal 8 to 10. And here is the 50-knot winds, and you can see they all stay well offshore, but they will be obviously a hazard if you're at a ship. And here's the 2-day graphical. There's only about a 10% chance of that wave coming off of Africa developing in the next couple days. But it's getting into a lot better area, so you'll see in the next that we got a graphic coming up showing what it's going to do. And here is the latest satellite photo, and you can see that it's Gert's looking pretty good, and they do expect it to intensify a small amount. And this graphic shows that front, and that front's going to interact with Gert and keep it off of the coast of the U.S. And then you see the Bermuda High out there. The Bermuda High will pick this up, and it'll go off toward the northeast. And there's a enhanced picture of Gert, and you can see the dark colors. That's the convection, and looks pretty good. Now here is the 5-day, and you can see that the wave that's off of Africa, it's got about a 40% chance as of now of developing. So we'll keep an eye on that because they change that every day as they get new data. And here is the computer run models on where it might be going, and you can see that there's just not enough data right now to really know anything, but we'll keep an eye on it. Well, thank you for tuning back in, and we will keep an eye on Gert. It doesn't seem to be any type of a threat to the U.S., which is great. We will keep an eye on the wave that's moved off the coast of Africa and update you on that tomorrow. Have a great day.